Hello everyone, my name is Jesse, this is the Auditorium. I have been a musician for over half my life, and I like to react to video game music, and apparently you guys like me reacting to video game music too. So you keep sending me these things, and that's okay. Today I have a Patreon request for Susasha, the last of their requests. This is Pyre, Will of the Scribes. I have now checked out, I think, every Supergiant game, Hades, Bastion, Transistor, and I just checked out Pyre right before this. I'll put it up here, and I cannot wait to get into this one now. So let's go. Pyre, Will of the Scribes. I'm gonna assume, I don't like to assume, but I'm gonna assume this is Darren Korb. He may be the house composer, but you guys tell me. Will of the Scribes. Making me move my head already. A lot of emphasis on instruments in these soundtracks. All of them. What an amazing guitar tone, actually. Assuming that's guitar. Okay. So, Pyre, round 2 for me. This is what? Will of the Scribes. So there's definitely a theme going on with Supergiant soundtrack, and they seem to all really revolve around the emphasis of the instruments. So everything kind of just sounds really well produced. The percussion almost sounds like over exaggerated a bit. Very, the highs are high, the lows are low, that kind of thing. The bass, the synthesizers, that's kind of a common thing. All these songs seem to have some sort of stringed instrument. There's a lot of emphasis on the stringed instrument, whether it's a lute, an acoustic steel string, or maybe even a nylon. It feels like they just experimented with stringed instruments quite a bit. And everything just sounds like they really cared for the product. Everything, sounds really well produced, compressed, and even when it just becomes like a solo section where it's just The string, I think it was just a guitar by itself. You know, it was like all reverby and airy, but it was still very clear. So whoever's like engineering these and overseeing them is, they're doing a good job. Okay, so as my second time hearing Pyre, it's a little different because my first experience there was vocals. So I had an idea that, oh, maybe this soundtrack has vocals and, you know, it's just a thing, but I guess not. So this is kind of what I'm more accustomed to as far as Supergiant and Darren Korb. Again, I think it's Darren Korb. I don't know. So sorry if it's not. But I just keep staring at this image. It's all I have, really. And I noticed there's kind of a similarity with all the cover arts too. It's probably the same artist, right? There's like this the way it's colored. I mean, it's not like I'm reviewing like album art, but you know, I just noticed that right now. Like they all kind of have the same sort of art style. Even the font. Anyway, so that's cool. There's consistency there. And something that's kind of reminded me of, not really. I've actually used it before as background music. I might, if I remember, I might use it as background music here. It kind of sounds like a Soviet Connection from GTA 4, the main theme from Grand Theft Auto 4. Sort of, you know, kind of has that same sort of Middle Eastern kind of beat, hip-hop beat vibe a little bit. But hey, at least I can say now that I've heard, I think, all the games from Supergiant now. Hades. I think I've actually heard 2 of everything. I think I've heard, no, I've heard more than, okay. I've heard a couple of Hades. I heard a couple of Transistor. This is now my second Pyre. And I think I've only had 1 Bastion. Pretty sure. So, you know, I've now have a tiny little collection in my possession. And yeah, I you know, there's just a lot of emphasis on the instrumentation, stringed instruments, and just a lot of freedom is the only way I can put it. Like there's just a lot of creative freedom here. I feel like they just told the composer, hey bro, do whatever you want. Within reach, do whatever you want. You know, I don't feel like there's a lot of, it doesn't sound like there's a lot of constrictions of any kind. Besides maybe time to get the game out. But hey, I liked it. Pyre's cool, which I don't know which one stands out the most. Actually, I mean they all have their own flavor, but I would say Hades so far has the most memorable. I don't know. I don't like to compete them together because it's like apples and oranges. I mean mostly just like what has stood out to me, I guess, on this channel more. But they're all good. They're all good in their own respective ways. Pyre. Let me ask you guys a question really quick. Let me ask you 2 questions. Which is your favorite Supergiant game, if you had to choose one? And which is also your favorite OST? They could be different answers. So let me know. I'm actually curious because I'll see if they compare to mine. Well, I can't pick a game, but I can pick a favorite OST. But, you know, I'm just curious. What is your favorite Supergiant game and your favorite soundtrack from Supergiant? Please let me know. If you would like to get your request in, you can do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are cool, but you don't have to do either of them. They just guarantee that I check out your song. If you don't mind waiting a little bit. Sometimes you don't have to wait because I'll pull random people every week randomly. So it could happen. Also, there is a brand new tier called the Platinum Trophy tier right here. And a special shout out to the BRM, Zen Reacts, and Flea. You guys are the homies. And there's a dog barking outside, so it's time for me to go. Just make sure it's a VGM when you request it, and we're all good. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, Supergiant, Darren, Pyre, Hades, all that, good times. I approve. See you guys later. Good night.